The Portland Trailblazers became an NBA expansion franchise in 1970, and since then have featured over 25 jerseys in their lineup since their inception. Before we get into this video, I did want to mention that if you're interested in videos pertaining to jerseys, NBA news and thoughts, or just in general interested in this content, I do a lot of that on my channel and have a playlist for jersey history videos if you want to check it out. I also have a Twitter and Instagram, both linked in the description. If you want to go follow me there, that would be awesome. Alright, enough plugging, let's get into the jersey history for the Portland Trailblazers. For the first few seasons, the Portland Trailblazers rocked jerseys that were red and white, with the away saying Portland and the home saying Blazers. Since this was the first season, Portland always knew of the Blazers name, and planned it since day one, which I always assumed it was like a later nickname that came from their name being too long to say quickly. Anyway, they rocked these jerseys from 1970 to 1975, with one specific change. After the first season in Portland, the Blazers decided it was a good idea to go from skinnier letters and a lowercase p on the front of the jersey to an uppercase P and thicker numbers. Also, the home jersey changed as well, as it originally had 5 stripes on the neck and arm lines, but switched to 2 stripes after the first season. In 1975, the Blazers had a rebrand, which brought about the first jerseys that people actually think of when they think of Blazers throwbacks. The word mark going down the side of the jersey vertically. Both the home and away jerseys brought Blazers as a word mark and didn't mention Portland on any part of their jersey. They actually wore these during the 1977 NBA Finals, their only NBA championship in history. During the 1977 offseason though, the Blazers decided to change things up again and went for a home white with a Blazers across the front and a black away with Blazers across the front, with the first actual blaze going across the jersey in their history. This blaze is something that they still rock on all of their home and away jerseys today, with this being the catalyst during that time. In 1979, the Blazers ended up switching back to a red away jersey and used those for 6 years, but in 1985, the Blazers switched back to a black away jersey and wore those until 1991. The home jersey did not change during this time and wore the same white threads from 1977 to 1991, with the only change being the NBA logo, which were added to all jerseys in 1986. In 1991, the Blazers switched to something we all know today, the word mark and numbers being featured in like a 3D type word mark that still rang true all the way until Nike took over in 2017. These jerseys featured the blaze across the front, and there's actually a weird history to the home jersey for this specific jersey. Well, the Blazers were in the 1991 playoffs, which featured the previous year's jerseys. In 1991, the home jersey switched to a black word mark per part of the season, but by the 1992 finals, the home jerseys then featured a red word mark. Now, I'm not sure why this change took place, it seems very odd, but I know it was during this season as I found this picture of Robert Pack in both the black word mark and the red word mark, and he only played there during this season, so I assume they switched for some reason halfway through the year. Anyway, they wore these jerseys until 2002 when they went through a reimagining. In 2002, instead of changing a lot about their jerseys, they only switched up a little bit about the lettering and numbers, and added a silver stripe along the bottom of the blaze for both the home, away, and even the new alternate jersey, which was first introduced in the same year as these new jerseys. All 3 of these word marks featured Blazers across the front originally, but in 2006, the away black jersey switched their word mark to say Portland on the front. This change fascinates me for some reason because whenever I see Blazers on the front of the black jersey, I have to do a weird double take as it doesn't really look real. I wonder if anyone is the complete opposite, as Blazers look real to them and Portland seems off. In 2005, the Blazers wore a throwback to their inaugural season with the home jersey at least once. I'm not sure, I was only able to find this one game against the Cavaliers in 2005 when they were at home. In 2009, the Blazers added in a cultural, as they call it, jersey to their lineup. A jersey that says Rip City with no blaze. This jersey was a play on the nickname of the team, actually created in their inaugural season by the play-by-play announcer Bill Walton. During a game against the Lakers late in the game, Jim Barnett hit a shot to bring the game to a tie, and Sean Lee couldn't contain himself and shouted, "Rip City," and the rest is history from there.
The crowd went crazy, and I yelled out, "Rip City!" Who knew those two words could mean so much to so many?
In 2012, the alternate jersey changed a little bit and straightened up the word mark on the front and messed around a bit with the blaze as well. I'm not sure why they messed with the blaze, but these were their alternate jerseys until 2017. In 2014, the Blazers changed up their cultural jersey a little bit and added sleeves to the end of the jerseys. In 2012, Adidas decided they wanted to start adding sleeve jerseys to the mix, and by 2014, each team pretty much ended up having a sleeve jersey in their rotation. This is pretty much the same jersey, so there's not really that much to say about it. In 2017, Nike took the throne from Adidas as the jersey supplier, and with that changed up a lot about the Blazers jerseys. The 3D word mark was eliminated on the home and away, the alternate jersey was changed to have an only red and black silhouette, and the blaze was now 11 black and gray stripes. The City jersey this year, which was Nike's way of adding a new jersey for every NBA team during every single season, was a black and gray plaid jersey with Rip City on the front in red. This jersey was a callback to Dr. Jack Ramsey, the Blazers head coach during their championship season of 1977. He was usually seen wearing plaid designs, which was brought homage within this jersey. Ramsey sadly passed away in 2014, and for the 30th anniversary of their first championship, this was a great callback. In 2018, the Blazers wore a new City jersey, which was black and gray, divided by a red blaze in the middle, with Rip City on the front. These were okay and definitely looked really cool, but not as good as the seasons before in my personal opinion. Also, in 2018, the Blazers added in a new Earn jersey, which were awarded for each NBA team who made the playoffs the season prior. And these were pretty much the opposite of the City jerseys, with it being mainly red with a black stripe through the middle. These were definitely better than the City jerseys, and the white word mark really sticks out to me on this one. In 2019, the Blazers added 3 new jerseys, replacing the Earn, City, and alternate statement jerseys from the season prior. The statement jersey was changed from the bold red and black jersey to have a white word mark and added a 12th white line to the blaze at the top. The City jersey was changed to a jersey that said Rip City, but was pretty much a throwback to their old inaugural season uniforms. The reason you should know that now that these are the inaugural season's jerseys and not from 1971 to 75 is because of the neckline, right? If you picked up on that before I mentioned it, that's awesome and I appreciate you for listening. But regardless, these are sick and the second time the Blazers wore these as throwbacks. Also, the Blazers were picked to be a part of the classic jersey roster this season, which was the way for Nike to let teams wear throwbacks each season. These were the same as the 1975 to 77 away red jerseys with Blazers going vertically down the side. And that's it. That's all the jerseys the Blazers have worn in their entire history. I could have definitely missed some throwbacks in the mid-2000s, but I can't find any pictures of players wearing them. I did see some throwback Blazers jerseys with players on the team in 2004 or 2005 or so for sale, but I don't think these were actually used. I think they were just sold as a classic jersey collection with current players, and I don't think that they wore them in games. I'm not 100% sure on that though, so I may be wrong, and if you find a picture of it or something like that, go ahead and tweet at me because I would love to see that. If you do have any suggestions, complaints, or compliments about this video, feel free to leave them down in the comments below, as I would really appreciate it. I also have my Instagram and Twitter linked down below, like I said before, so if you guys have any questions or anything like that, feel free to tweet at me and I will get back to you. Also, if you watched this far and still haven't liked the video, subscribed, or hit that bell icon, can I really trust you? Alright, well thanks guys, and take care, and I hope to see you in the next video.